Hello. Hi. I've not streamed in so long I have no idea if anything is working at all. The bot is broken, clearly. Bot's busted. I don't care. I won't fix it. Hi, it's me, Scott. It's been so long. It's been so long. It makes me upset to think about how long it's been. But it also makes me think like, oh, it was the 5th month when I stopped, and it's the ninth month now, and then that just makes me think of Sudoku. It's just can't think of the number 9 without thinking of Sudoku. I don't know. Should I even make excuses? It's not an excuse. This is by way of explanation. I was working a pretty intensive project through the spring and into the summer. That was like very rough on me. And I'm very bad at work-life balance in situations like that. And so the balance shifted to only work, and I didn't do anything. And when I did have free time, I didn't want to spend it from a computer, you know? And so it gets really hard to stream in situations like that. So hopefully I have audio. Sort of looks like I do. I'm nervous that nothing's working. I'm also nervous no one is going to show up since I haven't streamed in 700 years. Anyway, I also, you know, once you get out of the habit of something for a while, it's hard to get the momentum. So I am working a new job. I've been for a few weeks now. It's much less intensive. I'm really trying to have better balance with it. But also trying to be outside, so it's tough. So I'm gonna not stream for too long. One, because it's hot in here, and I haven't streamed in a long time, so it's just weird. But you gotta start somewhere. And 2, because I just want to do this one puzzle. There's this one Blobz puzzle. Is everything broken? So it seems like the wallpaper thing. Maybe the wallpaper thing works. Okay, I don't like this wallpaper, but it seems to work. We got to switch to. Do we have a dedicated Sudoku setup? Is it here? Oh, that was a failed experiment. Oh, and Chris. Oh my gosh, how's it going? I know I've been gone so long. It's a I have no excuses other than I'm bad at work life balance. It's been so long. I can't believe how long it's been. It's an outrage. A lot of things have changed. In addition to the bot being broken, it seems like Pretzel changed the way the music selection works. Oh, and how have you been? You have a nice little cake next to your name right now. It's a very stylish. It's a very stylish cake. Your brain is broken too. Okay. Here's what I want to do today. One, after not playing much for months, I've been kind of easing back into variant Sudoku. And of course, there's like 700 new rule sets. What is this? This is not an acceptable wallpaper. And so my plan today is just to try one puzzle, and one puzzle only by Blobz, one of my favorite constructors, that I have. I don't know if I should preface this until I get it up. Why the wallpaper machine's broken too? Everything's broken. Oh, and Chris's brain is broken. Ew. This is a beautiful sunrise. Okay, let's just do this. We're gonna cover it in Sudoku soon anyway. Okay, here's the deal. I, in addition to not streaming for a long time, really did not play much variant Sudoku for a while, and I really lost. Not that I was the best at it. I was nothing like on Chris, but I felt like I had reasonably good momentum. And then when I started again, it was like I just lost intuition, except for the most common rule sets. And like, anyway, Blobz. Let's just get it up. I'm giving a poor explanation here. Logic Masters Blobz. So I've done Blobz puzzles on stream before. I'm a big fan of Blobz. Blobz has this whole series of yin-yang sightline puzzles. So they're all based on a yin-yang constraint, or like the yin-yang rules, which I think is a totally separate kind of puzzle. But anyway, yin-yang Sudoku, and then sightline, and then plus one other constraint. So, with knights, with whispers, with quads, with region sums. I did this region sum one yesterday. It was good, but I was very slow on it. But this numbered room one, I had never done a numbered rooms puzzle before, and I had a really hard time with it. And part of it was just being rusty with Sudoku, period. Part of it is like the yin yang sight lines is already its own sort of weird set of constraints. And after not doing it for a few months, the interplay of these, I just lost it. And then the number rooms, yeah, was just totally unfamiliar. So the first time I tried this, I got like nothing. I got like a pencil mark, and I decided I need to just do some simpler puzzles to get back into it. Oh really? Oh, you're officially LMD. I've been bad at entering my solution codes. I was thinking of making some kind of automated system for it. Anyway, so I did a very bad job of it, and then today I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this again. And I did better, and I had some momentum, and then I just completely broke the puzzle. And so at that point I was like, all right, let's restart the puzzle on stream. I'm just gonna restart it on stream. So we're gonna try this, keeping in mind that I'm very rusty at playing Sudoku, very rusty at streaming, and I forgot how to do anything. It looks like our green screen thing is sort of working, but the filter's off. This? Whoa. And this? Okay, well, almost. Are we still flying? I guess we'll just fly. Interact with this. Full screen. Is that working? Okay, well, we'll fly around. I love it's a great series. I really enjoy it. I definitely encourage you, like that region someone was really cool, really had some cool interplay. Like, I think it's interesting because those rules, the sightline and yin yang puzzles have some interesting interactions just in themselves, but then the tertiary constraint that he always adds is what really makes them cool. Of course you did. See, Owen's a professional. He's not an amateur like me. All right, we're gonna try this, and it's gonna be embarrassing, but everyone's gonna take pity on me, and it's gonna be fine. Is something weird? Is this normally what it looks like? Why does this look so different? Did something... What happened? That doesn't look right. I'm gonna say that looks wrong. Is this not the normal way I was chroma keying this? Yeah, this is, okay, I've clearly broken something. Oh, I have chroma key and color key on. I don't know which one we normally use. This one. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that's visible. Okay, Owen, see, here's the problem. Owen always lures me in with like, oh, hey, here's a 1-star puzzle. It's easy. It'll be easy. It'll be no problem. It's no problem. And then it's like secretly 40 stars. It's like if you went to a Thai restaurant and someone was like, oh, no, it's not spicy. It's only 1 star. It's not spicy at all. And then you take a bite and it's like 100 stars. That's Owen. But we're gonna try this, and I'm gonna talk through trying to sort of re-educate myself on one, to understand numbered rooms, which I think after this last time I get it, and I understand some constraints of numbered rooms. But let's just talk about the rules real quick. So first of all, this is a yin yang puzzle, and the general idea is we're going to have some set of digits that are shaded and some set of digits that are unshaded. Actually, I'm going to change my palette while I'm here. I don't want this to be black. I want just a lighter gray. So let's... kind of broke my palette. I like all of this, but this is broken. So, okay, sorry, diversion. We want this. I really should like build a tool for this. Basically, I think 3. Does that mean black? Negative 36, negative 36, negative 36. Is that better? Still gonna be hard to see. I don't think I did that correctly. Okay, sorry. Extreme diversion here. What? Isn't this the first palette? I think 0 is white, C, D, and then 3. Okay, maybe I don't want, maybe I want like 32, 32, 32. I don't know how that ended up negative. It still didn't look like it changed. Maybe 64, 64, 64. Okay, I'm gonna call that acceptable for now. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do 128, 128, 128, and then I'm gonna stop. I swear. Let's do 50% gray, right? Presumably these are 8-bit values. Okay, this is it. We're done. We're here. Okay, so yin-yang rules. Yin-yang rules means we're gonna have some set of digits that are shaded, and we're gonna have some set of digits that are unshaded, or whichever. There's just two colors. The important things to remember is we can never have a 2x2 like this. I mean, actually, that's almost like the only rule, except there's like some secret rules in yin-yang puzzles. Like you can't, if I remember correctly, no one's gonna correct me, you have to avoid checkerboards too. And you have to have only like two contiguous color strips on the edge. So with this example, ignoring the fact that I've done this, well, this one's already broken, right? Because this gray is totally isolated. But even if this was somehow valid, these would all have to be green. Because you can only kind of switch colors once on the edge. Does that sound? There's very little interplay between the sight lines and the shading and the number rule. Yeah, which is interesting about these. It was the same thing with the region sum. There's no. Yeah, we'll get into that. I think it's cool. But Owen, is that correct? Are those sort of the three things to know about yin-yang puzzles? One is no 2x2, one is no checkerboards, and one is that you can only switch colors once on the edge. That's what I would call the fundamentals of yin-yang. And then, okay, Owen says that's correct. Second set of rules is an interesting one called sight lines, meaning anywhere that we have a cage, the number that goes in this cage tells us the number of same colored digits, including that digit, that are visible to that digit. So for example, if this digit was green and somehow we ended up with something like this, oops, then this digit would see, including itself, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this digit would be a 5, which actually is impossible, but let's ignore that for the moment. Let's just change it to a 6 for a second. So there's lots of weird interplay with this rule, but right now I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And so this would be a 6 in this case. And then there's suddenly some constraints on these because these already see 4. So this is a minimum of 4 and this is a minimum of 4, which this is now broken. Well, almost, actually. This could be a 4 if this was a 5 and this extended this way, I guess is one way that would be valid. But if it was the other way around, it'd be broken because we'd end up with a 2x2. That's the general idea of these, is what is seen. There's tons of weird interaction between this and yin-yang that I'm sure we will get into as we play. Oh my gosh, Grimbone, how's it going? I'm pretty good at coloring books, it's true. Grimbone, actually Grimbone, I'm glad you're here. It's time for our elocution lessons. So I can learn to say, how do you say nar with the goat? Arnar? I'm learning to speak Australian. So I believe, I don't know how much further to go on that. I'm sure we'll get into it, but basically that's all there is to it for sightlines. Sightlines have crazy interactions with yin yang, which is why I really like this YYSL puzzle series, but we'll just ignore those for the moment. And then the last one is a rule set that was new to me called numbered rooms. And it basically just means that for this outside digit, whatever digit is first in line in the lower column, and including going backwards, tells me where to put this. So it's kind of like those, you know, whatever they're called, like the 159 puzzles, indexing. It's an indexing puzzle. But in this case, some weird, you know, weird rules emerge from that. So for example, in this case, this could never be a 2, because if I tried to put a 2 here, it's telling me to put a 2 in the second cell, and I'd end up with double 2s. So actually, only one is the only digit that can go in its own referenced cell, because then 1 would be the first cell. But in any other case, this digit can never be this digit, which is a somewhat useful thing. And that's all we have to go with, is just some set of subset of cages which are relevant specifically to the sightlines, and some digits on the outside which are relevant to the numbered rooms. And then in this case, there's no shortcut for the shading. Like sometimes you'd have a rule set that would be, for example, in that region sumlines puzzle, it was like, oh, all even digits are shaded, all odd digits are unshaded, or something like that. There's nothing like that in this puzzle. These, on the surface, these 3 rule sets have 0 interplay, which is really interesting. Oh my gosh, Kagas, how's it going? I've missed you. Wait, what are you trying? I don't even know what the licorice kernel is. What is a licorice kernel? Wait, now okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted already. Licorice? Interesting. Are you going to use this and switch? What are you going to switch to Reaper or something? I'm actually sort of interested in this. Like, would this be better for me on my like weird embedded Raspberry Pi audio stuff? Probably not, right? I'm gonna let you tell me. Should I use this for interactive stuff? Interesting. Yeah, but what about like audio? And what about like? Yeah, so it's okay. Well, let's just dive right in. Let's try to get distracted. Grimbone does this to me. So I'm gonna start this based on some interactions that I know about. First, specifically between shaded, the yin yang and shade sightline rules, and then we'll kind of get into the nth cell because they will have some interaction. For example, because the cages always have a count that includes themselves, and we can never fully. Yeah, okay, so here's an interaction of the 3 rules. If this was shaded and I put a 1 in it, it would be broken because it would be surrounded by unshaded, right? This is unreasonable. But we also have 1 indexed up here. And we know that 1 can't go in these cages because of this constraint. So because of this overlapping set of rules, a very easy first deduction is to say like, well, 1s can obviously only be indexed in these cells, which would be 2, 5, 6, and 8. So that means this digit can only be 2, 5, 6, or 8, right? And when the first time I tried to do this puzzle, this is as far as I got. Guys, I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to stream again. I really am. And a 10-wheeler. Wait, what's a 10-wheeler? Are you driving like a? Are you on the road like a trucker? Wait, are you out? Are you driving this? Is this you? Do we need to listen to some trucker music? Okay, sorry, back to the puzzle. Owen hates it when I do this. Owen is here to focus only on Sudoku and nothing else. I apologize. Okay, anyway, so this is, for example, a deduction we can make because of the interplay specifically of these three rules. Now that I have stated that, I'm gonna ignore that for the moment because a way that I think is not the most efficient way, but a way that I know to start these puzzles with the yin-yang sightline rules is to do something like this and say, I'm gonna just say this cell is green. Doesn't really matter what's shaded or unshaded, but I'm gonna say this one is green, right? And then I'm gonna look at this cell right here and I'm going to ask myself, can this cell possibly be green? Actually, you know what? That's a bad cell to start with. I'm realizing. Let's start with this cell. Let's say this cell is green, and then let's say this cell is, can I get a green here? Is it possible for this cell to ever be green? Knowing that we have to have a contiguous line on the edge. So look at what happens with the sightline rules when you do that. To get green down here, if I said I really wanted this to be green, it would have to go all the way like this or all the way like this. But if we do that, that means there are 9 shaded cells in this row, but there are 4 sightline cages here. That means they would all see 9 at a minimum. And that means that all of these digits would be a 9. So it is not possible for this green to get down here because these would all be 9s. And that would be bad. And if we go the other way, you will see the exact same thing happen. That if I tried to get from here to here with a green, then I have 3 9s in this column because this would all be green. So all of these cells would see at a minimum 9 greens. And, you know, knowing that they had to be different numbers, it would be like 9, 10, and 11. It would be something ridiculous. So there's no way in the world that this is green. So that is the very simple version of that deduction. And then you can start to creep up a little bit and be like, oh, well, if that's true, now I know this is gray. So if I want this to be green, I can't come this way. This way is no longer available to me. So if I want this to be green, again, I've got to get all 9 of these to be green, and it's broken. Like it's not going to work because this sees 9, this sees 9, this sees 9, this sees 9. All of those would be 9s. And so I know it's a requirement that that this is also gray. And because I know I can only switch colors once, and there's a green over here, I know all of these are gray. And by knowing all of these are gray, I actually know that this is a 9. And with the numbered rooms, I know that now that 8 goes in the 9th cell, meaning this is an 8. Not very relevant at the moment, but I know that now. So let's try it on this one. Can this possibly be green? We know green can't get to us from here. Green would have to get to us from here. And if we try to do that, we have 9, 9, 9. So we know actually that this is also gray. And so all of these are gray, which means this is also a 9, right? And because of the numbered rooms, it means that 2 is in the 9th cell going this way, which is here. So now we know this is a 2, which is suddenly very interesting because 2 is a very constrained, oh my gosh, I've forgotten how to use this. 2 is an extremely constrained sightline digit because you count, remember we count ourselves with that digit. And so this can only see one more digit and then has to be totally surrounded. So for example, I couldn't make these 2 gray because then they'd be fully surrounded to green and it would be broken. That would break the yin-yang rules. So then we can start to ask questions like, well, wait, can this be green? Would it be possible to make this green? And it gets a little more complicated or like a little weird to think through. But now I have 1, 2, 3 digits seeing an 8. And so one of them could be a 9, but the other one, I can only use 8 one more time. So it's not possible for this to be green. However, I can ask if it's possible for this to be green. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 3 sightline digits, and those actually could be 7, 8, and 9. So I don't know. is the answer. It is possible that this is green, but I don't know. We can ask if this is green. If this was green, that would be 8 green digits, and I have too many digits looking at that, so that is not possible. There's 4, so one could be 9, one could be 8, but there's still 8 visible to the other 2, so this is certainly gray. I can ask if this is green and do that, and then there's 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green digits, but there's 4 sightline digits here, so there could be 9, 8, 7, right? But what do I put in this other one? There's still too many visible, so that one's gray. So then we run out of steam, right? Because with 6 digits, it actually is possible for all of these to work, because one could be C6, one could be 7, one could be 8, one could be 9. But we've already made some good progress here because of that core yin-yang rule, actually like kind of the only real yin-yang rule that is extremely explicit is the no 2 by 2. So that means that we can't have a 2 by 2 of gray, so this is green. No 2 by 2, so this is green. No 2 by 2, so this is green. So that's terrific. Are we all following? I have to also say, like, I'm also talking through this for me. I'm acting like it's me, like giving a really great explanation, but it's really me just trying to understand. You run the new kernel, that was fast. Are you using Reaper now? Produce a hit song in the next 5 minutes using this new performance you've gained. I'm ready for the hit song. Okay, so now we actually probably have to start thinking, unfortunately, which I was really trying to avoid. So what do we know here? We've got these. Oh, actually, well, we know this, right? 6 needs to go in the 8th cell. So this is going to be a 6. We already have this index is there. 1 needs to go in the 2nd cell, so that's there. So we've done some of our numbered room indexing. Oh, and Chris, it's no problem. I really, it's lovely to see you. I missed everybody. I actually miss streaming a lot. It's just hard to do when I'm working all the time. Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna pretend I have Owen Chris sitting on my shoulder to help me navigate this puzzle. So now what do we want to do? We want to think about, we can think about this seeing 6. It's got to extend in some directions, right? You can think about what numbers could go in here. Think about where 2 goes in here, especially knowing that 2 can no longer go here. Did we fully express ourselves in terms of the, we got our 9s out of the gray. I'm trying to decide if we, like where the 8s can go. It's a little bit interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm tempted now to just start pencil marking where things can go based on these. This is an interesting one because it has to index both the 5 and the 6. And because of that, it can neither be 5 or 6 or 1 or 2 or 8. So this is a somewhat restricted digit. Oops. So we go through and like eliminate options. We know it can't be a 1 or 2 because that's in the cell. We know it can't be an 8 because it's in the column. But remember, if we put a 5 here, that means a 5 has to go here, and we've already placed a 5. And that's true for the 6 as well. So this is not a 5, and it's not a 6. Is there a world in which it could be a 9? I think so. It would just mean some subset of digits here and here, kind of rounding the corner. If it was a 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it would extend to at least here, but I think that would still be okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this way it would extend to at least here, which again I think is okay. So did we learn anything about this? We know that the 5 is either in 3 or 4, or 7 or 9. Interestingly, if it were to go here, that would put a 2, that would make this a 5. So the 2 would go here. I don't know if that matters that much at this moment. The 6 in this column is either the 3rd digit or the 4th digit, which would be kind of interesting because again, that's a sightline digit, or the 7th digit or the 9th digit. I don't know. I don't know how interesting those things are. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is possible from this perspective, if this is 7 or 9. I'm trying to decide if I think that green goes all the way down here or not. But it seems like gray could actually... Well, could this be gray? Okay, well, we didn't do the logic backwards, did we? So the question then I want to ask is like, could this be gray? We were thinking about where the green can go, but could this be gray? That would be 8 gray digits. Actually, this would be okay, I think. Because one of these could be 9 and one could be 8. But I don't think that's true here. Could this possibly be gray? That would mean that we have 8 gray digits, but 3 sightline digits. So I think it is not possible for this to be gray, which is interesting, very interesting, because that means this is green. And if this is green, it already sees 2. So this has to be fully surrounded in gray. Then this has to connect to its friends over here. And green has to get out of this little nook. So it's got to come around like that. So that's suddenly interesting. And this already sees 4. This digit sees itself. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not a 3. So it could be 4, it could be 7, it could be 9. Don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Both of these digits already see 7. 7, 8, 9. Actually, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, sees 8. So this is 8 or 9, depending on if it continues down. This is 7, which would just be these, or 8 or 9, depending on if it continues down. That means the 8 is in 7, 8, or 9, but it actually can't be an 8. And we know that, right? We know that 8, we can't self-index, so that's not an 8 anyway. So either this is 7, or it goes like this and comes down to 9, which is kind of cool. This puts a 2 in the 8th digit or the 9th digit. So one of these 2 digits is a 2. Seems like it could be either. If this was 2 and it was gray, you could go like that. Life is yours. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the sub, buddy. I haven't, as you know, I've not streamed in a very long time. Look, I don't even look like that emote anymore. It doesn't even look like me. Who is that guy? Also, why are the clouds blurry? Wait, is that just what that looks like? I can't remember. This is the shader toy. Oh, wait. I clicked it and it regenerated. Cool. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Okay, anyway. Life is yours, I've missed you. How's it going? When are you going to come hang out at Dracklin's new house? So it seems possible that a 2 is here, but that does push a 2 over here. Which looks interesting because it actually looks hard. If this 2 can't be a green, but if it's gray, it's got to connect here. If it's green, it's a 4 at least. And if it's gray, it's a 6 at least. So that can't be a 2. And this has the same problem. That can't be a 2. So I think this is a 2. So 5 is in the 2th digit. And we had said that if this was a 7, if this was a 7, that would put a 5 here, which would put a 2 here, which would be broken. So this actually can't be a 7. Oops, can't be a 7. So that's 4 or 9. So 5 is either here or here. And 6 is either here or here. Where have I been? That baseball job almost killed me. That job I was working on over the summer is the most stressed I've been over work in a really, really long time. That was a very stressful job. It was rough. Like, where I felt when I was done with that job, I was gonna need months to recover. And then I got booked on another job like 3 weeks later and had some personal, oh my gosh, it was a rough time. Like, I don't even know if I want to go into it, but basically, the day that job finished, early the next morning, someone close to me had a medical problem I had to help take care of, and just it was a very stressful time. And then I started this new job, which has been more chill, I would say, but still recalibrating. So I'm trying to have some work-life balance. It's so hot in here. I made some exciting updates to the office since my last stream, though. Got my cool tool wall, got a bunch of cool new tools. It's very exciting. Okay, so what did we just say? We determined that this was a 4 or a 9, which puts a 6 there, but I don't know if I care about that. If a 6 can go here, which it seems like it can. It could be gray and see those. Yeah. Seems fine. This digit is already at least 3. I don't know if that means anything. 7, 9. We should remember there's an 8 here or here. Outline, we got outline. How's your work? How's life? How's everything? Life is yours. What's going on with this guy? Feels like it could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, it can't, right? It cannot be more than this digit, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This can only grow by 2. This already sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It could only possibly grow to here, right? Like we could only go here. So we can't, well, we could grow this way for this digit. I don't know. We can only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess is the theoretical maximum of this. So not a 9. But that was not very useful. Fine as fine can be. You said that you're a house human? You never go out? I thought you were going to chicken farms with young ladies. I thought that was like a new fad in Norway, was to just take a nice young lady out to the chicken farm. Was that, you didn't know that person? You didn't know that chicken in that video? Okay, I feel like this was not very fruitful, right? But that's okay. Okay, get back to it. Okay, okay. Actually, it's a little bit helpful, or at least the existence of this digit, because we do know. Actually, right. Okay, hang on. We can't grow this way because we can't have a 2 by 2. So this really only can grow by 1 more, right? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could grow by 1 more. This is 3. So it could grow to 4 theoretically. So this is not 5, 6, 7, or 8. This is only 3 or 4. Which is probably cool somehow. One of these is gray. Who is it? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know who's gray. Those are these digits that I've ignored entirely because they don't. Well, we kind of paid attention to this one. Basically, we know that this is not 2. It's not 1. Right. Also, these can never be 1 unless they're a 1. So they can never be 1 or themselves unless you're a 1. And we know it's not 5. But that doesn't seem very useful. Seems, I might even call it unuseful, disuseful, useless even. Okay, sorry, I'm definitely losing momentum here. We were flying along, and now just grinding to an utter halt. Could this be 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's no way for this to be 9. So this is a 4. So this is a 3. So this is done. So this is, that's a 7, 8. This is an 8. So 2 goes in the 8th spot. And it is, if it's green, it ends up in a little nook like this. If it's gray, it ends up in a little nook like that. I don't know. You can't have 2x2s. I forgot what were we talking about? Oh yeah, this 4 is finished. Right, okay, this is finished because we already see 4. So these are all gray. We have 6 digits here. So this is 6, 7, 8, or 9, but not an 8. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9, but not an 8. One of these is going to have to poke out. Chickens smell too much. Okay, where do you take the young ladies? What farm animals do you harass with young Norwegian women? Is that a weird question? This green has to get out. So this is green. Lambs? Okay. You go to the lamb farm? You go on dates to the lamb farm? That's fine. Sounds fun. Sounds wholesome. This digit already sees 4. But it's not a 4 or a 5. But it already sees 4. Oops. But it's not 4 or 5. It's not 8 or 9. So it's either 6 or 7. So it certainly has to grow, but I don't know. It could grow this way. Don't eat the baby lambs. Ugh. You monster. No wonder none of the Norwegian women want to go with you to the lamb farm. We try to kill them and eat them. What color is this? If it was gray, it would be surrounded like this. If it was green, oh, that would be broken. If this was green, it'd be these 2 greens. No, that's not true. Sorry. If it was gray, these would all be green because we'd already see a gray here. If it was green, if it was gray, these would all be green, right? Because we'd have to, okay, let's just, if this was gray, we'd have a green here and a green here, and we'd have to avoid a checkerboard, so we'd have a green here and green here, right? Guaranteed. That this is a true statement. If it was, oops, if it was green, it would already see 2 here. So these would all be gray, and this would be green. Which means this is always green. I think that's what I'm going to say. This is always green. Is that true? I thought we were going to be able to tell the color of that, but I guess not. So gray could hook like this, or green could hook like this. I don't know. That it somehow doesn't feel right. Michigan Josh, how's it going? It's nice to see you. I haven't streamed in so long. I'm not doing a very good job at this puzzle, but I really like it. It's part of, I don't know if you've done any of Blobz Yin Yang Sightline series, but they're great. And this is a weird one with numbered rooms, which I don't really understand, but hey, we're making it work. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Forgive me. Is your name Michigan Josh because you're from Michigan? Or are you named after Michigan J Frog and the J is actually for Josh? Is Michigan J Frog's middle name Josh? What's the J stand for? What does the J stand for? His earliest name was Enrico. The problem is, since I haven't streamed in a while, I'm going to end up making the same Michigan jokes, which I don't have many. I basically have 2. One of them is Michigan J Frog, and one of them is the song Saginaw, Michigan. That's all I got. That's all I know about Michigan, really. Okay, what were we doing? We're thinking a little bit about 2s, and a little bit about 8s. What's the last thing we did? Oh, we said this was green. And it's not 1 or 2. It's obviously not 1. It's also not 2. It's also not 8, 9. I'm going to pencil mark it like a crazy person. This is my new pencil marking strategy where I just put every digit and then just remove them by process of elimination. So it's not 1 or 2 because of the column, not 8 or 9 because of the box. There's also 5 in the column. So it's 3, 4, 6, or 7. It already sees 2. Obviously, we've got to do some growing. These are going to grow. Maybe. One of them is definitely going to grow. So this is a numbered rooms puzzle. So it's a kind of indexing puzzle that I don't think is very common. But basically it means that if this is a 2, then this digit will index the 2 in this column from this direction. Or this digit will index the 4 in the column from this direction, the row from this direction, and so on. And so I don't know if you've done any of the puzzles in the series, but the Yin Yang, Blobz has a whole series that is the Yin Yang rules with sightline rules on top of that, and then a tertiary rule set. So the most recent one I think was region sums on top of that. So I had never done a numbered room puzzle. I don't think there's a ton of conclusions from it. You can never index itself except for 1. Basically, this can never be 1 or the index digit except for the case of 1. There are sometimes cool interplays you have to spot where it's like, oh, if this was a 7, it would put a 5 here, which would put a 2 here, which would see a 2. So you can get these kind of weird, kind of loopy indexes that I haven't really seen in indexing puzzles before. I think it's cool. I like it. Okay, sorry. I feel like I've suddenly just lost momentum, probably because I won't stop talking. I'm going to just absurdly and aggressively pencil mark for a second to get back on track. So we need 5, 6, 7, and 9 here. This is all meaningless. This does nothing for us because none of those are indexed, and the 5 means we... Oh, we do actually. We get a 5, 6, 7, 9 quadruple. Is that true? Well, that's funny. So we get a 1, 3 pair over here. Okay, see, my aggressive, absurd pencil marking paid off. I probably could have seen that if I'd actually paid attention, but... So we do get a 1, 3 pair here. So that means you're not a 3. So what are we missing here? 4, 5, 6, 7? This is not the way to do this. I should not be pencil marking. I'm sure there's very obvious logic I should be pursuing instead of pencil marking like a crazy person, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so missing something very obvious. I think you're right. I think you're definitely right. This is my problem. I mean, you know, you've seen me solve before. What very obvious thing am I missing? Let's talk about it. If it was an obvious yin-yang thing, it would probably be like a 2x2 problem or a checkerboard problem. I don't immediately see a 2x2 problem or a checkerboard problem. I mean, there isn't one. I just don't immediately see one. If it was an obvious sight line problem, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is either done or it extends 2 more digits down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these could be a 6, the others are going to extend. One of these is going to extend to either 7 or 9. If it was an obvious numbered room problem, oh, 5 is in the 4th index and 6 is good grief. Okay, yes, there's the very obvious thing. After I just sat and explained the numbered room rules, I ignored them entirely when I have 2 right in front of my face. So 5 is indexed here. 5 is indexed here. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, Dolce. Okay, I did get it. Dolce, thank you. So I do appreciate hints, but not direct answers. But there, you can click on the video to throw tomatoes if I'm missing something extremely obvious, just to draw my attention somewhere. I will usually get it, but you know, there's this problem where I'm only so good at Sudoku, but when I'm talking all the time and paying attention to chat, I'm extra bad at it. So that's just how this channel works. I'm sorry. How's it going though? So I'm glad the tomatoes work. I actually haven't tested that. I haven't streamed in a really long time. Okay, right. And then the 6 is indexed here. So this just is a 6, which means it's done. So this is green. We can unsixify this, unsixify this. This has to be a minimum of 7, right? We have to avoid a 2x2. We have to avoid a 2x2. This just is a 3, I think. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. but I guess I could still grow it to 7. Is it okay for that to grow another 2? I think so. This is a minimum of 4. Ah, okay. This is a minimum of 4. Currently it's only 2. 3, 4. That means, okay, this is gray after all. And it's done, so it must be fully enclosed. Is there something index related to that I was supposed to remember that I've now fully forgotten about? Probably. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna double check my indexes because I was just spacing on that. So we're not done there. We have a 2 in the 8. We have a 1 in the 2. We have a 6 in the 4. We have a 5 in the 4. We have a 5 in the 2. We have a 6 and an 8. And 8 in the 9th. We have a 2 in the 9th. We haven't touched these, but these just don't feel very... Maybe these are really important and I shouldn't be ignoring them. But they just don't feel super important because they're not next to sightline. I guess we know a few more places where 2s can't go. I'm going to pencil mark this like a crazy person. So just to eliminate options from here, it's definitely not a 1 because that would mean a 2 goes in the 1th digit and that doesn't work. There's a 2 in the row, but also it can't be a 2 because that would put a 2 here and here. We have a 4, 5 in the row. We have an 8 in the row. 2 can't be 1, which we knew that. 2 can't be 5, which we knew because the 5 is there. And 2 can't be 8 because of that. So currently, I think that's our complement of digits there. Okay, sorry, I keep losing the thread. Do we grow here? It is, I will say for me, it gets tricky to like perpetually keep all 3 rule sets in your head. Like, it becomes, when you're really focused on the sight lines, it becomes very easy to overlook the yin yang and so on and so forth. These are a little restricted. So they can't be 1s because they're in cages. And then we have 2, 6, 9, 8. So these are 3, 4, 5, 7. I don't feel very helpful. This is a little restricted. It's not 1, 2, or 3. 5. I don't know why I've suddenly gotten into this habit of just doing everything and eliminating them, but it helps me narrate. It's never a 1 just because it's in a cage, and then it sees a 3 and a 5. That actually wasn't very useful at all, was it? Well, no, it was worthless. I don't think there's a world in which this could be a 9. Maybe there is, because the gray could still get out this way. That would be weird. Is that possible? Sorry, just trying to imagine if that's a thing that is possible. Seems weird. This can't be a... actually it can't, sorry. I was about to say something that wasn't true. Okay, what totally obvious thing I'm missing now? Let's see. What do we need in this row? 3, 6, 7, 9, and 1. Not useful. Oh, I see tomatoes. Okay. I have been ignoring the 6 mightily. It's true. Should I be paying attention to the 6? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means it always swings up at least 1, right? It always at least swings up 1 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't just do this because then it becomes a 7. So I think that's true. So that's cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you know anything else about that? This is the thing I was just trying to think about. Is this is a little bit of a weird one? Like this one in this configuration, this digit definitely sees more than this digit, but this digit has the ability to see a little further. Because sometimes you can say something like, oh, well, this one's always going to see at least 1 more than this, or is always going to see 1 less than another digit. But in this instance, I'm not so sure about that. Because it kind of feels possible for this to stay a 4, but this to grow. I don't know. If this were going to grow, it would grow this way. Do we really not know? Are these somehow relevant? It doesn't feel like they could possibly be. I barely know anything about 4s. Do I have to do Sudoku? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's do some Sudoku. Lame. Nobody wants to do Sudoku. What do we need here? 1, 7, 9. And 4. Right? 1, 4, 7, 9. So 1 and 4 in this column. So these are not 4s. Does that matter? There's definitely a 4 in here. Do I care about that? Is there more Sudoku I should be doing? Nobody wants to do Sudoku. The last thing I came here to do. Okay, I'm just looking for... Okay, how much does it matter? This didn't have to grow. This certainly does. Okay, well, my rustiness is really showing. Okay, so, oh, I saw tomato. So these are all done. This already sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it could be done. Or it could be green, which would make that gray. Oh. Oh, well, that's an interesting thing. Well, I don't know if this is what the tomato was about, but like, for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was just thinking about, for this to be 9, it would grow like that. But it was only 7. So, okay, I'm not. If this was 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this would be green to stop it, and then this would be gray, right? But if this was 9 instead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this would be gray. So this is gray in either case. And that means that this is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 6. Is that what the tomato was about? Okay. See, this is the problem. Michigan Josh has no patience for my shenanigans. Michigan Josh doesn't have time for this. This nonsense. We get a 4-7 pair. That's cute. 5-6 pair. This is kind of a weird one. Which one of these is going to be the longer of the two? Because that could stay a 4, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. I still don't know what to do about this dumb digit. Indexing does not help us here. Will indexing help us with any of my nightmare pencil marks? I don't think so. Oh, this is kind of cute. This can't be a 4. Can it? Oh, no, it can. Actually, sorry, I was thinking backwards. That would make this a 2. And that would be the 4. Couldn't be. This is very minor. This couldn't be 1 because this couldn't be 9, right? I had to put it, for this to be 1, this would have to be 9. So this is definitely not a 1. That does not feel helpful to anyone in any way. In any way at all. Oh, if this was a 7. See, but it's my practice to not see the obvious thing and go through too much trouble to find a more complicated way. That's my signature style. I would never want to. I wouldn't be caught dead doing something in a sensible, obvious way in a puzzle. Do we know anything about these? Feels like we should know something. One of them is green, for example. But I feel like both of them could be green. One could be 5 in that case. And then 7. If both of those were green. If only one was green. If this was green, it could be a 3. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. At least not yet. Yeah, I definitely keep confusing myself by switching which rules that I'm focused on. Also feels, I just have this feeling there's Sudoku lurking in the shadows, like sneaking around in the darkness. Fours are over here. 2s are good. 8s are good. 1s. good. 5s are here. So 5s are over here. So that's not a 5. 6s are over here. 7s are all over the place. 8s are down, 9s are all over the place. I don't know. Did we learn anything from that? I don't even know what I just did. Nothing. Basically nothing. It was not a useful thing. For this to be 7, we'd have to do this. And then this could be a 5. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This can't be a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good grief. That's a 4. That's a 7. That means this is done. So this is gray. You are not 7s any longer. You are not a 7. We have a 5, 6 pair here. That means nothing to anyone. Was that at all helpful? Still ignoring these. I plan to continue to ignore those for the foreseeable future. This is a 5 or a 6 and it only sees 3. We at least have to go, well, it just is a 5. It can only see 5. This puzzle's easy if you just do it right. If you just do this puzzle right, it's really easy. Appears to be a 6 up here. Oops. A 6 up here and a 9 up here. But maybe not an 8 up here. These are not 6, 9, or 4, 5. What are you jerks doing? What is this guy gonna be? If this was gray, this would have to be green. And this would be a 3 and it would see those. And this would have to see 4 or 5. If this was gray, this would be a green. If this were gray, this would be green, and it would only see 2, but it has to be a 3. So this is the green, and this is a gray. I hope I just did that correctly. Did I do that correctly? I think I did. Does that logic check out? This does see 3, but could see more. This does see 3, but could see more. 2 by 2. Checkerboard. This now sees 4, so it's not 3. There's probably digits in this row. There's hundreds of them. What do we need? 1, 3, 4, 5? That's not 5. Okay, that seemed a little bit helpful. This is kind of weird. Where are the greens going to come out to the world? Oh, this is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green. This is gray. This sees at least 4. It's not 5 or 6. I have my doubts that it could be 9 or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll make it 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Would make it 10. It's not 8 or 9. Oops. The 4 or 7. This little guy's worrisome. This is having a bad time. Oh, this is green. It sees between 2 and 4. It already sees 2. It could see up to 4. 2, 3, or 4. Now is it time to pay attention to 4s? It is, actually, because 4 cannot go in the 6th slot here because there's a 6 here. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, sorry, that's 7. Never mind. That was a complete fallacy. However, no, that was just completely wrong. I can't count backwards, apparently. Four in the 5th slot still seems fine. That would have to be a 7. So it's 5 or 7 to put the 4 in one of those, and those at this moment seem okay. I just had a weird sense memory out of nowhere. That was very strange. I had a sense memory of like a you know, when I was a teenager, you could get magazines that would have like samples of perfume or cologne in them, and you would smell the magazine. I don't think I've encountered that in decades, and I just had a weird sense memory of like some cologne or perfume from a magazine when I was a kid. Weird. Does that mean I'm having a stroke? 4, 5, 6, 7. 4. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7. That seems weird. Would that be okay? Maybe it would be okay. This would have to be gray. That'd probably have to be green. I don't know about that. My mind doesn't want to consider the possibility. What do you want to do? Okay, sorry. I'm falling apart again. Which rules should we think about? Definitely gray here somewhere, but also definitely green over here somewhere. We gotta get out of our little nook. We have to escape our cranny. If this was a 2, our cranny escape would be that way. If it was a 3 or a 4, our cranny escape would be that way. So we have multiple options for escaping our scratch and sniff perfume. I don't remember the scratch and sniff so much. I definitely remember scratch and sniff everything when I was a kid, like stickers and stuff. I don't remember scratch and sniff's perfume so much. Perfume I remember more like it was like the magazine would have a little fold in it, and you would pull open the fold and cram your nose in there, and it would smell like a handsome man or a pretty lady. And you would think, I wish I was a handsome man or a pretty lady. And then your grandma would get you like Old Spice for Christmas or something. Even though you're like 10. Here's your aftershave. You're 10 years old. Enjoy your aftershave, 10-year-old child. Okay, I'm doing a bad job. We already know what this number is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7. How did I just miss these very obvious things? This is a 7. That does some business, right? That's a 149 triple. That's going to put a 7 here. That is a 5-9 pair, which everybody loves a 5-9 pair. That's consistently polled as one of the most popular pair. I don't know if that's true actually. What's my favorite pair? I think a 1-2 pair is probably it's a little basic, it's a little vanilla, but I think a 1-2 pair, it's a good pair. I like a 1-2 pair. 1-2 pair has a lot of meaning in a lot of different rule sets. A 1-2 pair will take you far with like with a Renban or a German Whisper. A 1, 2, 3 triple. Oh my gosh, there's nothing like it. Love a 1, 2, 3 triple. We've done all of our sightline clues in this neighborhood, right? A 4, 6 pair. Interesting. A 4, 6 pair. It's not bad. Oh, well, that's true, actually. A 4, 6 pair in a whisper puzzle, and you're just 4s and 6s in a German whisper puzzle. There was a Blobz's latest puzzle is like a Star Trek tribute that was very whispery. And because it debuted in 1966, if I'm remembering correctly, the given clues were 6s, quite a few 6s, 2 6s, I guess. It was a pretty good one. For a whisper, it was Whisperer and White Kropke, I think. But it was unique for a relatively common rule set. Okay, what are we doing here? Anybody? Does this grow? Is a question I would like to ask. Does this grow? Well, if that were a 7, that couldn't be a 5 because we'd have a little sad island down here. But I feel like there's lower hanging fruit, especially after the work we just did. Feels like we should know something. Like literally anything. But I don't. Should I be paying attention to these clues? I don't think so yet. I don't think they actually mean... just have so few 4s. Maybe if I paid attention to these clues, I'd have some more 4s. I don't know. Is there Sudoku to be done? Doesn't really look like it. Okay, I see a tomato. Is it the thing I literally have highlighted? Should I be... oh my gosh. I literally have it highlighted. Even if I was like the Blues Clues guy and it was my job to pretend I didn't see something, like, where's the purple hairbrush? Can anyone see it? I lost my purple hairbrush. And all the 3-year-olds are like, it's on the table. Like, even he was never as good at the like complete obliviousness. Even if I deliberately did it, I could never do it. I do it so naturally. The complete obliviousness that I have to get this little gray buddy out of here. Just, yeah, I love it. It's good. It's good to highlight a thing and just completely overlook. Obviously, I couldn't see it behind the highlight. The highlight was obscuring my vision. So I don't know how you expect me to see something like that. Do we actually learn anything from that? What did we learn from that? We got a little more constrained here. So this is a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. So that's not 7, 8, or 9. That's great news. I guess it could still be a 2, which would be funny. 5, 6. Could still be a 4. I'm doing my best to get you a 4, 6 pair because I know how much you like them. But it just may not. It may not happen for us this time. I'm sorry to say. This is gray, and it's at least a 2. Maybe it is just a 2. That'd be kind of cool. But it's not a 5. It's not a 7. It's not an 8. I have some degree of confidence that it's not a 9. Okay, let's just play the fun game. It's not a 1. Not a 5, 7, 8. It is a minimum of 2. If it grew fully, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's not a 9. I was telling you it wouldn't be a 6, actually. Would that be possible? Our green could still escape up here and up here. So it seems sort of possible. In yin yang, they both have to be. Yeah. So, oh, right. So this can't be a checkerboard. Was that your subtle way of telling me, reminding me this? Yeah, so in this case, it is yin yang rules, so they both have to be orthogonal. It's not like whatever the one is. What's the one with water? Nurikabe? Is that the one that just has water? I think with Nurikabe only one has to be, and with yin yang both have to be. But you can never have a 2x2, which is probably what Michigan Josh has been waiting for me for the last 5 minutes to do here. That means this can't be a 5, because if it was a 5, it would instantly be huge. So that is a 4. That removes all those 4s. This is 3 or 5. It's already 3, could be 5. I thought I just saw a tomato out of the corner of my eye, so maybe I just got it. Sorry. For that to be a 2, it'd have to be, at least those would have to be green. What did we learn from this? We did learn that this 4 cannot be 1, 2, or 3. And it's not 6 and it's not 9. Because if it was 1, 2, or 3, it would be in here. So this 4, we just go through our options. We know it's not 1, 2, 3. It's never 1, because that would mean 4 and 1 both simultaneously have to go there. It's not 2 in this case because there's a 4. It's not 3 in this case because there's a 4. It's also not 4, but this could never be itself anyway. And it's not 6 or 9 just because of Sudoku. So 4 can only be in 5, 7, or 8. I don't know if we care about that at this juncture, but we've learned it together. This one is less restrictive because, we don't have a 4. Oh, wait, we do, actually. There's a 4 down here, but it can't go here because that would mean we have to have a 4 here and here simultaneously. So that's not a 4. So that means a 4 is here or here, meaning it's also not 1, 2, or 3. So we can do similar things here. So 4 would never be 1 and it would never be 4, but it's also not 2 or 3 because the 4s are there. And it's not, again, 6 or 9. So it is also 5, 7, or 8. Interesting. And the 1, I just don't feel like we know very much about that. Do I know anything about that is meaningful to anyone in the world? I don't think so. Don't think so. I don't think we know anything about. Yeah, I was trying to decide if we knew any other Sudoku related things immediately, but it just doesn't look very likely. What is this going to do? I don't think I know yet. I probably know. I also am probably missing extremely obvious yin-yang rules. We know one of these is going to be green. One of those is going to be green, one of those is going to be green, etc., etc., etc. One of those will be gray, one of those will be gray. Probably should start thinking about some of these. They don't just obviously look helpful, but maybe they are. Could still be 3, could be 4 or 4. to be 6. Could just be 2. So I think all of those options are available to this person. I don't really want to have a pencil mark party in all these, but I will. Is this still true? 3, 6, 7, 9, I guess so. I was trying to decide if I forgot one of these. Feels like a thing I would do. But I don't think so. There's something we know very much about puns over here. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I don't think so. Is this a 2? Or is it a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Is it a 6? I don't know. There's got to be some sightline rules that I'm just not seeing, or some unique stuff I'm not seeing, right? Right? I don't think it's numbered rooms, but I could be extremely wrong about that. So I probably just have to start thinking with my brain. This isn't 1, 2, or 5, but it sure seems like it could be a lot of other digits. These feel very minimally restricted. If that was the 9, oh, did we lose the ability for this to be 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 7. Okay. These all lose their 7 HUD. This 2 can now be 3, 6, or 9, which seems like a thing that could happen. That means this is green. That means this is no longer a 2 because we at least see 3. Means we at least have to come here to be a 4. It means this is green and it sees at least 3. Let's just number everything so we can delete them all. We see 3, so it's obviously not 1 or 2, but it's also not 3 because of the row. So it does have to grow. It's not 5 or 7 because of the box. Is 8 or 9 even possible? I guess it sort of is. That was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that a thing that could happen in this world? Maybe. Maybe it could happen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that could be 6. And then this would have to grow to 8 or 9 to accommodate that. We said 4 is allowed to be in the 8th cell. Right? Could be 5, 7, or 8. Be interesting actually if we could limit this to 7 or 8, we could know this. That would be a cool thing to know. How would we do that? How would we eliminate 5? I don't know. By making this a 4 would be a way to do that, or this a 4. Maybe that's not the right way. I hope that happens because it would be cool. I like it when the numbered rooms kind of dance around the grid, you know? I think it's cool. Okay, sorry. Losing it again. Losing it. Doing pretty good with sightline digits, though, in this part of the world. This part of the world's another story. We already see our 4. Would be possible to see 6. only way this could be 4, couldn't grow this way because it'd instantly be a 5, would be to go like this. Does this always grow this way? I'm going to say yes. Because if it was a 6, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, that'd be 5, 6, and then 8, 9, obviously. But I think even if it's a 4, it has to grow this way, because if it was a 4 and grew this way, it'd be a 5. So I think this is always green. Does that matter to anybody? I don't think so. Scojo, how's it going? I know it's been so long. This is that puzzle that I mentioned that I gave up on and I'm trying to revisit. So this is, I think it's not the latest, the second to most recent Blobz yin yang sightline series with the numbered rooms constraint. I definitely want to try some of the puzzles you've been working on. Some of those look really cool. I'm really interested in that. What are they called? Like the one with the diamonds, lockout lines. I've never done one of those. Okay, it feels like we can know what's going on up here. It feels like that is within the realm of human knowledge. Doesn't it? If this were gray, this would be green. So this would be a 4. This would be a 4. This would be a 4. And this would have to grow to a big number. If it did that, it wouldn't have to grow. I don't know. Okay, back. We have focus here. Everybody, please focus. Focus. This is just a little bit restricted. So 1 and 3 from the row. Oops. 5 and 7 from the box. 4 from the column. It doesn't really matter. I wanted to see if it taught us anything about the rest of this column, but I don't think it does. I don't think so. It feels like this is knowable, and I'm just missing something. If this is gray, then this 2 is fine, because it will just, then this will be, if this is gray, this will be a 2. It will go up here. This will all be happy. This will be a 6. This will be 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it really possible? That seems hard. That seems hard to believe. You expect me to believe that? If these could all be green at this hour? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really? Just feel suspicious. I'm suspicious of it. I feel a bit filled with deep suspicion over that, but I don't know. Maybe we should think about some of these that we haven't really looked at in a while. It's just so not very restricted. None of these are very restricted. But I'm going to pencil mark them like a big jerk. So we know none of these are 1s. None of these are 2s because of the the row, and for the same reason none of them are 5. But there's still basically 7 trillion options that they could be, although this one looks like it could be pared down. This is not 7 or 8 from the row. Also has 7 trillion options, which seem unlikely at best. If this were gray, this would have to be green, so it'd be a 3. So if this were gray, this would have to be a 3. If it were green, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's definitely not 8 or 9. That's just silly. Absurd even. These look less fun to do that too. It's like gonna hurt my brain and my feelings. That's gray. This is definitely green. That's green. This is definitely gray. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. How do I miss these things that I've already entered my own self? This is a 4. It's already a 4. We're done with this. These things that I'm trying to logic my way through. We are completed. So that's a gray. It's a 3. Actually, that did less than I was hoping it would do. I thought that was gonna constrain some people over here. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. If you were green, if you're gray, you're definitely a 3. Everybody knows that to be true. If you are very hard to believe you could be a green 9. You're not a 9. No way. You're not a 9. But I don't want to think about that one right now. I don't like that digit, actually, and I never did. Didn't we have some opinions about where 4s could go? And 4s cannot go in the 4th hole. In this case, it can only go in 5, 7, and 8. Not in this 4th digit. That's minor, but it does appear to be true. Can this digit be 6? Guess so. Guess so. Can it be 2? Guess so. I have the extreme feeling that I'm missing like very obvious yin-yang rules or some very obvious, another very obvious already completed thing that I'm just oblivious to. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that possible? It'd be possible if this was gray, and then it'd be a 3. Wait. 8 is the 7th. Good grief. I keep missing these things. 8 is the 7th digit. 8 is the 7th digit, everyone. 8 goes here. did not do the thing I wanted it to do. It does put an 8 down here and a 4 down here, along with a 5 or a 7. It's kind of interesting for this row, right? So there is an 8 down here. That's not an 8, by the way. Why am I so slow at this? Oh, I want to say this is probably not going to happen. I would feel embarrassed if it did. But Blobz did watch and comment on one of my YouTube solves and was very kind and gracious. And so Blobz, if you happen to watch this, I'm sorry I'm so bad at your puzzles, but you're really one of my favorite constructors. Really, I really enjoy your puzzles. I'm doing especially badly at this one. I have no excuse. I do have some excuses, actually, which I'll be glad to make. Something I know about these digits. In these 4 digits, I have to deal with 5 and 7 and 4 and 8. Is that true? Like, this is a... Is that really true? Like, this is 4 and 8 and either 5 or 7, and this is the other part of that 5 or 7. So isn't this a quadruple? Isn't this a 4, 5, 7, 8 quadruple? Meaning that this is 1, 2, 3. This is nothing. Well, that gives me a 1, 2, 3 triple and makes this a 5. Is that true? Does anyone who knows how to, is anyone who knows how to solve Sudoku puzzles still here? That's probably not the thing I was supposed to spot, but it seems possibly maybe correct. That means that's interesting for the following reasons. It's interesting because this is now 5 and it only sees 3, so these are both green. And this is gray. But it means the 4 is only in cell 5 or 8, not cell 7. So there is no 4 here. So I can't make this green, because if I ever make this green, this is instantly a 4, which I should have noticed that this could never be a 3. It was actually only a 2 or a 4. So I think this is a 2, which means this cannot be 3. I have a hint if needed. I think I just kind of broke through. I think checkerboards are not allowed. So I think I need to, oh no, I have a checkerboard. Did I make a mistake? Uh-oh, I made a mistake, didn't I? Uh-oh. I made a mistake. Okay, I gotta back up. Thank you for spotting that, Dolce. Oh man, I thought I was doing okay. But that means this can't be a 5, right? Let me think about what I just did. How did I end up with that checkerboard? The 4 is what capped this off. The 5 is what capped that off. So I've definitely made a mistake, right? Uh-oh, how far back was my mistake? Maybe the thing I thought I just saw was not correct. Was that quadruple wrong? Maybe I was missing a digit when I thought I had a quadruple. That's what led me to putting a 5 there. Was that not really a quadruple? I thought that because 4 and 8 are both down here, and 5 or 7 are here and here, that this was a quadruple. Is that true? Maybe that's not true. Or maybe I made a more substantial mistake earlier, which would be a very sad story. Maybe I just missed a digit because I thought I had a quadruple, and then that this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe I have something pencil marked wrong. But from either one of my pencil marks are wrong, or I made a mistake, or like earlier, which would be very sad if I'd already made a mistake in the puzzle. I can see now that if this is a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this one's right. If this is a 5, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which makes these all green, right? And then puts a gray there, which makes a checkerboard. Isn't that wrong? Sorry, you don't see the mistake, or you don't see the quadruple. Maybe I'm totally wrong about the quadruple. I hope that's all it is. I hope it's just... But by this logic, which I appreciate Dolce calling out, this would have to be a 3, because as soon as I put a 5 there, I get a checkerboard, which would force this to be a 3. Now I'm very nervous. I've made a deep mistake. Okay, you think the quadruple logic was wrong? I hope it was. So just to talk through what I was thinking, 4 and 8 are definitely down here. Oh, you know what? No, it's wrong. I see. I understand now. I totally understand now. Yeah, my quadruple logic was wrong for sure. I had an incorrect assumption because 5 and 7 are not. If that's an 8, 5 and 7 are irrelevant. But because of all that, it's now pretty easy to see that if this is a 5, this is broken. So this has to be a 3. So that's a 1, and this is finished, right? And this is a 5, and that's not a 5. So are we happy here? No 3s here, no 5 there, no 3 here, which means 3 is up here. 3's in this land somewhere, but not here. Is that... You like the 3 in that square? I like the 3 in that square too. Oh, where can the 7 go in box 8? I don't know. Where can it go? Am I missing something very obvious? I apologize. I feel like I'm missing something obvious, but I feel like that helped me get over the hump I think I just had I had faulty logic there for sure. That was faulty. Does mean, so what did we just pulled 5 out of that option. Didn't we really want to do that? Wasn't that an important, exciting thing we wanted to do? Because that means by pulling 5 out, that we pulled 5 out of here. which means 4 is up here, right? 4 is here. So this is not a 4. So this is a 7. Cool. Very exciting. Which actually unravels that for us. That's cool. So that is an 8. So this is the mythical 4 we've been waiting for our whole lives, basically, which means that this is green. This is 8 or 9 because it's, well, even aside from that, 4, 6 is going to be too small. Okay, so let me clean up my pencil mark mess. I feel like we got past a hump there. Thank you for calling out that checkerboard mistake. That was I was not certain of that quadruple, and I should have gone with my instincts. 6 is here. So 9 is here. How about that? And this is 5, 7, 2. I should clean out my old pencil marks before I make new ones. That is a triple. I will say that. That is a triple. So that we have a 1, 3, 4 triple here. 1 can be a 1. Or a 3 or a 4. It means there is no 1 here or there. Okay. Scojo, I was thinking about a puzzle I would like to set, but I just don't know. I feel like I would need your help. I feel like I would need your guidance. But basically, I want to do a puzzle that is themed. Someone's probably already done this, and you've probably already seen it. But I want to do like bad 5th grade number jokes. I really want to do a puzzle based on why is 6 afraid of 7. So the whole thing would be about 6s avoiding 7s and 7, 8, 9. Like that would be the core conceit. I have some ideas on it. I've never constructed a puzzle. I just feel daunted. We said this could never be a 3. It's not possible. Because if we try to grow, it's instantly a 4. Didn't we do this already? Maybe I did that and had to undo it when I broke everything. But that means this is done. And this is gray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We at least have to get here with green, which seems crazy. But here we are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are gray after all. So you do C3. And you C4. You are a 3. You are not a 4. Or a 4. That is an 8 or a 9. Is that possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only just possible. This is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it would be true. Something like that. Yeah, definitely something like that. Like 6 always has to avoid 7. And yeah, 7 needs to be... I was not thinking about orthogonal. That would be cool. I was thinking like... I don't know what I was thinking. Like almost like a Rinban. Like they just had to be connected even diagonal. But I think if it feels like it could work being orthogonal, does that feel like it would work? Does that seem like enough of a constraint? Or does it seem like there has to be more... Because what I think would be cool, which is maybe not even possible, and maybe I could do it with like a secondary set of constraints like Knight's Move or something, where the puzzle starts with nothing but 1, 6 and 1, 7 or something like that. And that is somehow, or just 6, 7, 8, 9 and nothing else, and you have to fully work from there. but I've never even tried. What would I use to? Would I use F puzzles? Is that the right tool for that? One, two, three, four, five. That's fine. It feels like it would definitely be possible with like one other constraint, you know. I was almost even wondering if it would be like some special weird kind of whisper or something where, you know, like sixes, instead of sixes having to pair with one, it would be that they could never pair with seven or something like that. Some kind of line upon which, so maybe it wouldn't be the whole puzzle, like the entire grid, but maybe it would just be a line that is a 6 afraid of 7 line. F puzzles, okay. What are we doing here? Oh, do we just shade the whole grid? Look at that. Okay, I still am like shook by that mistake. Very grateful to the two of you for spotting my, especially Dolce. Thank you for pointing that out. That just is a 4. I wonder how long it would take me to do this puzzle if I just didn't talk the whole time. It's a 1-3 pair. That is where the 1 is, which is here. Oh, we've almost done all of our indexing. This one can't be 3. I think we knew that and kind of lost it. 4 goes in the 8th. 4 goes in the 7th. That's so 2 can't go in 9. So this just is a 6. So this is the 2, which it sees, which I should have already known. 3, 9. Okay, we got a 3 in the corner. How about that? So that is hopefully, that's all of the sight lines, I think, and our full shading, which I'm now nervous about a rogue 2x2, but I don't see it. And I think it is all of our indexing done. Somehow feel not confident in that statement though. So the bad news is now we just have to do Sudoku. What a sad outcome. I will say I love it when a puzzle just, once you've, like, I love it when this is rare, but when a puzzle, when the rules basically end with the solution and you're not left with Sudoku. This is a totally reasonable. This is not an egregious example of this. Like some puzzles, you do all the rules and then you're just left with like an hour of Sudoku or whatever. So this is not bad. This is great. I like this puzzle despite how close I came to screwing up. I think it's a great puzzle. Another banger from Blobz, especially because it looks like the Sudoku is going to be very easy if I will just shut up and think about it for 10 seconds. But I've done a handful of puzzles that basically like you're doing rules to the very end. And you know, the last digit placed is because of a rule, not because of Sudoku. But those are, it's rare. It's a rare beast. I feel extra slow at scanning. What do we need here? One and another thing. Some people may wonder, will I ever stop using error highlighting? The answer is no. Just because Not because I need it from like a logic perspective, but because I need it from a don't make dumb mistakes perspective. I think I would just, I'm so prone to make goofy errors, especially while streaming, that, oops. It's important for me to have my training wheels on. 127. I shouldn't use it for stuff like this. That is admittedly very lazy, but you know, Sudoku's boring. What can I say? Oops. Is that not right? 5 and what? 8. 6. I'm so bad at scanning. Do we do it? Hooray! I've been watching everything you've been posting to your Discord. I haven't done any of them yet. I was hoping to do some on stream. Get out of here with the spam. Dolce, thank you for the once again for spotting my error. That would have been a very sad story. Wait, how do I don't know how to moderate anything. I don't know how to work Twitch. I don't know how do you do this? I was just trying to delete the spam. I don't know how to do anything. Oh, thanks you two. I appreciate it. And thanks for everybody else who stopped by. Thanks to Owen, and thanks to Life is Yours, and thanks to Grimbone, thanks to Kagas. Why can't I moderate this message? Seems weird. Seems like a thing I should be able to do, but I can't. Anyway, okay. I know that wasn't a super long stream. Well, it took me 2 hours to do this, which is ridiculous, but I think I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna ease back into it. But out of bounds. Okay, Skojo, you're luring me in. How approachable? Knowing how bad I am at Sudoku, do you think I could do out of bounds in less than, say, 40 minutes? I'm gonna give you a chance to lie to me, but I want to enter this. I gotta log in. Row 4. That was weird. Row 4 followed by row 6. I've done such a bad job entering all the puzzles that I solved. I'm gonna say this was average, and it was very nice. I liked it. I love Blobz puzzles. Out of bounds. Oh, it's fresh. It says 1 star. Should I believe that? Oh, this is the lockout one. Okay, I don't remember that was the name. Okay, I'm gonna take like a little break because it's very warm in here. Okay, I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure, but I do want to do it. So how about this? I'm gonna go, because it's 700 degrees in this room. I'm gonna take a short break and I'm gonna get a drink of water, and I will come back and I will at least try to understand the rules, but there are no promises that I will make it through this puzzle today. I definitely want to do it. I just don't know if I have it in me. So I will be right back. hello. Hi. Okay, so Scojo has given me a personal guarantee that I will be able to solve this in no more than 40 minutes. Or my money back. So, I don't know what else to say. That's just how it's going to be. Okay, I've never done a lockout line. I'm familiar with the game Sudoku. Kind of want a new background, though. So we've been doing that's the wrong one. I can't, now the bot's broken. I gotta fix the bot. I don't want to fix the bot. I don't care about the bot. Okay, can we, I don't know how to get out of full screen. Okay, let's find a cool shader to use as our background. I want one that's like a landscape or something. Quit show. Ugh. What would be a cool one? I love these shapes. I love that. Oh, look at this. This seems like a good background for Out of Bounds, right? What do we, how do we feel about this? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I feel good about the background. Is that, how's everybody feeling about the fun laser light show? So, lockout lines. Individual lockout lines are shown as a line with diamond endpoints. So I'm assuming that means that this is a lockout line, this is a lockout line, this is a lockout line, this is a lockout line. Digits in directly connected endpoints must differ by 4 or more. So does that mean the digits in direct, I'm not sure what that means. Digits in directly connected endpoints. Does that mean between, so like it's sort of like an extended Dutch whisper or something? Like this digit versus this digit versus this digit versus this digit is like is that like a Dutch whisper? Sounds like a Dutch whisper. Maybe I'm wrong. Digits along. Wait, okay, hold on. Someone's got what sounds like a very good offer here. Encode Games, I think I'm gonna go with it. Yeah. How do I give you that sounds good. That's good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just give you my, can I just give you, yeah, can I just give you my I don't want to give you a credit card. Can I just like directly give you my bank login? It would be a little easier for me. I just want to not have to deal with it. I trust you implicitly. There's no, okay, that's great. I will just, let me give you like my passport and all that stuff too, Social Security, just because I don't want to have to, I don't want you to, you know, I don't want to be bothered. Ben, how's it going? Did you know I'm streaming a stream? Okay, so I see. So these are Dutch whispers-ish, which is interesting. They're like whispers with like secret filling, like a Oreo or something. Digits along lines. Digits along lines must fall outside the range defined by their diamonds. So if these differed by 4, so if this was like 9 and 5, like if this was 9, wait, does it, yeah, by 4. So say this is 9 and 5, these would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. But because there's an 8 on here, neither of these could be a 9. Because how could I maybe that makes sense. Okay, Scojo, you're not gonna believe this. Okay, awesome, thanks, Ben. Okay, Scojo, okay. Scojo just jokingly said, here's a Sudoku problem for you. You jokingly said that my social security was 420 69. Oh, wait, I can't do it there. Shoot, there's no word. Okay, I can put it on the bottom way. So you said 420 69 12P4, right? Here's a fun number problem for you. 420 69, dang it, 69, and 1 2 3 4. Here's an insane thing that has never occurred to me in a million years until you just did this. My actual social security number has 1 2 3 4 5 6 of these digits in this position. I'm not even kidding. You guessed 6 of the 9 digits of my social security number. I'm not going to say which digits, I'm not going to say which positions. I'm just going to say that is pretty bananas that your joke social security number is actually that close to my actual social security number. Now, some of those I think would be pretty easy because I think some of you can just tell by when someone's born. But I'm sort of shocked that I'm a little, I mean, obviously this is a very silly number, but my mind is a little blown. I probably shouldn't admit that. That was probably an unwise decision for me to admit that, but I'm so flabbergasted. You could do like Wordle now, and you could probably come up with my social security number in a minimal number of moves. I don't know what to say. That's bonkers. I didn't know I had such a cool social security number. Okay, back to the rules. Now I'm gonna get my identity stolen. It doesn't matter actually because my identity's been leaked like 15 times directly by Equifax or whatever, so I have every single complimentary identity protection program from which I get emails every single day, basically. I'm not sure anybody would want my identity. Okay. Back to the rules. So, right, the range here. So I said this could not be 9, 5 in this example because these would have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 is not. 8 is in that range. Digits along lines must fall outside the range defined by the diamonds. Line digits may repeat. A diamond may be shared by multiple lockouts, but each segment is treated as a different line. Okay. I think I understand the rules. There's really only 2 rules. Is that these 2 digits differ by 4, and whatever range is defined by those, these digits must be outside of that range. Oh no! See, that's so few options. That's anybody could figure that out. Now I'm actually mildly curious. I mean, I don't know what you would do with that. What would you do? How would you brute force my social security number or something? But it is pretty bonkers. I'm so whatever. That is, I know that no one else on earth will find that as weird and entertaining as I did. But I can't believe that can't believe it. Shocked. It's like you almost won the lottery. Okay. I think I sort of, kind of, slightly understand the rules. I have no concept of how to apply those rules. But think I get it. Kind of. I mean, it's almost like these are, it's not exactly. By these differing by 4, is this a true statement? By these differing by 4. There's not a ton of flexibility because I'm creating a range here that is of minimum. Like this range is then, well, is that true or false? For them to differ by 4, like if then this, like if this was 9 and 5 to differ by 4, the range that's within that would, for example, be 6, 7, 8, right? I feel like I'm zeroing in on, like, it's almost like Rinbands and Dutch Whispers had a baby. Right, that's a way of putting it. There's only 3 or 4 digits. Well, wait, is it 4 digits that can be locked out? Like in this case, where there's 3 here, I'm just trying to imagine this. If this was 9 and this was 5, then in this case, only 1, 2, 3 could be in here. Is that true? If this was 9 and this was 5, these would have to be 1, 2, and 3. Or maybe I'm not understanding that. Or 4, of course, sorry. Right. I'm only locking out 5 of 9 digits. Right. Okay, sorry, got it. Okay. So what do we do with that information? Like, I know these 2 digits are less than 9. I know this digit's less than 9. Done. I knew that anyway. It's just not a 9. And for these little dudes, these are just like little baby Dutch Whispers. Because that just means these 2 digits have to be 4 apart. Okay. And these don't have to be sequential because the range could just be in the middle. And it could be like some above or some below. But the ones that are above and below would be sequential. So it's almost like these are Rinbands that can rap or something. Like, in other words, this could be a 1 and a 2. But there can still be a gap, of course, because it could be like a 1 and a 3 or something. So they don't have to be sequential, but they are clustered, I guess, or kind of grouped above or below. Okay. Maybe I'm starting to get it. I still feel like I don't really know anything. Would it be true to say that if 8 is outside of the range and 6 is outside of the range, that 7 has to be outside of the range? Like, what 2 digits could I put here that excluded sounds like a true statement. But it doesn't mean that there's definitely a 7 here, because the excluded range could have 4 digits, so it need not. But for a 6 to be excluded at all, the range couldn't be like a high range. So I feel like that means this is a lowish range. Because it has to be some window of 5 digits that don't include a 6, which is just 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Oops. And then these would be on the high side of that. So 6. Six, 7, or 9. And then this couldn't. If these must be 4 apart, doesn't that make them a 1-5 pair? Am I totally off base here? I can't really tell if I'm... Interesting. What do I do with this information? One of these is going to be a 5, and to be 4 away from that, one of these is going to be a 9. Or a 1 again. So 5s could go to 9 or 1. And 1 can go to... So whichever one is a 5 is a 1 or a 9. And whichever one is a 1 is... Whichever one is a 1 can be a 5 in this case, because there's only 1 digit in the middle. A 5, a 6, a 7, or an 8. Because if it's a 1, it couldn't be a 9, because I need at least 1 digit outside the range to go in here. I don't know if I'm doing this right. There's a 6 over here again. Oops. 6 over here again. These sneaky 6s sneaking around all over the place like little weirdos. Another sneaky 6. We got another 6-8. So the fact that a 6 is on here, doesn't that mean we have a 1-5 pair again? Well, sorry. The fact that a 6 is on here with an 8. Because I need a window of 5 digits that doesn't include a 6. Can't start from 9. I have to start from 1. So this feels like another 1-5 pair. But it also feels like I'm just doing things wrong. That has to be true still. Like anytime there's a 6, to make these 4 apart, is also a 1-5 pair. This feels, I'm now just feeling like this is just nonsense and I'm doing everything wrong. I'm just like, everything's a 1-5 pair. What a weird coincidence. Oh look, yet another 1-5 pair. Who would have thought? What are the odds? Just in terms of what could possibly be going on down here. It feels like there's lots of leeway down here. This is another one. Is this just surrounded by 1-5 pairs? Or is this a beautiful halo of 1-5 pairs? This can't possibly be right. I've just... At this point, it's just comical. Oops. Is this right? Okay. This is really interesting. The interplay of these is interesting. I feel like my brain is poorly equipped for this currently. I mean, it's very powerful to get a 6 on those. So I assume it would be very powerful to get a 4 on them. On one of the longer ones, I mean. just because that would push things up. Oh, but I couldn't, right? I couldn't have a 4 and have a 9. Because the only way to have a 4 would be 9, 5. So there's no 4 here. Right? If I had a 4, that makes this a 9, 5 pair. Which it could not be for many, many reasons. I like the repeats. I like symmetrical stuff that emerges like that. The only thing I don't like about it is it's almost too suspicious of like, oh no, am I just like, do I have some weird bias that is making me think 1s and 5s is a good answer? So putting a 4 here seems like a real problem. Because it seems like a 4 can only go on one of these if it is 5, 9. So that seems like none of these can have a 4. Since the 5s are seen everywhere. So that makes it feel like there's a 4 in all of these. Guess that, I mean, obviously a 6 isn't on here. It does kind of reduce the options here. I mean, just on these in particular that have the 9s, because they're seen by the 1, 5 pair, they're seen by the 6, 7, 8, they're seen by the 9, and they're seen by the 4. So these seem very restrictive, right? So there's a 1, 5 pair in both cases. There's obviously a 9 in both cases. There's a 6, 7, 8. 6 and 8, 7, 8 triple in both cases. And there's not a 4 in those cases, and the 2 sees 2 of these. So that makes this 1, 4, 5. Also makes this 1, 4, 5. That removes the 4 from here. The 4 from here. So I need a range that excludes these. I'm running out of digits, really. I mean, the only digits I have available for these, I don't have 1, I don't have 2, I don't have 3. Which is a 4, 7, 8 triple. Or even my options. Did I break the puzzle? Oh, because they're Dutch whispers, not German whispers. So 4 and 8 is valid. Those differ by 4. So this becomes a 7. And this becomes a 7. I don't know if this is even supposed to be the correct solving path. Okay, so we get a 4, 8 pair defining that range. What's this range? If it were a 8, if this was 8, this would have to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. But it couldn't be. Well, I'll think about that in a second. If it was 4, it would have to be 8 or 9. Obviously not a 1. If this was 8, if this was 8 and this was 2, that would only leave 1 and 9 outside of that range. So that's no good. But I think it could be 8 and 3 and have 1, 2, 9, except it can't because of the 1, 5. So it's either 8 or 4. If it was 4 and 9, it could have 1, 2, 3 outside the range, but it can't because of that pair. So it's just another 4, 8. That true? So then the digits we are left with our 1, 5 pair sees this. Our 4, 8 pair sees this. 6 and 7 are between 4 and 8. This is a 9, 3, 2, 9, 3, 2. Oh no, I broke the puzzle. Shoot, I didn't account for 7s in that. Oops. I deleted too many digits. That was my bad. So it is true that there's not a 1 or a 5. Oops. It's not true. It's true that there's not a 1 or a 5. It's true that there's not a 6. And it's true there's not a 4 or an 8. These digits out here are not subject to the same restrictions as the digits in here. The digits in here cannot have 7 because 7 is between 4 and 8. So it is still true. 3, 2, and then that is the 7. Okay, I'm just bad pencil marking on my part. 3, 2, and that is the 7. This digit must differ from 7 by at least 4, so it's a 1. That's a 6, 7 pair. So that is 1, 4, 5. Same thing here, actually, right? 7, that's a 1. I like the symmetry of this a lot. And I'm on the intended path. See, I'm under Scojo's control. I'm being controlled like a rat in a maze. I feel like I have free will. I feel like I have agency, you know, like I'm smart and I'm solving problems here, but it's not the case. Scojo is in full control of the situation. 100% in control. These digits must not be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Or 6, 7, right? These digits must not be in this range. So they're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they all see 6, 7. These are just a fun array of 8 9s. Which means this is not a 9. 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 Now that 4, 5 pair means that's not a 4. So this is just 2, 3 pair. 2, 3 pair. 1, 4, 5 pair. 1, 5, and 4, 8. Look at all these pairs. Love it. Beautiful sight. 4, 5. This 2, 3 needs a buddy. Ooh, I love all these pairs. 2 3s. 2 3s. I feel like I missed some symmetry somewhere. 2 3s. This guy needs a 4 9. The symmetry is crazy. The symmetry, like, almost doesn't feel possible. Love it. It's outrageous. It's aggressively symmetrical. This is also just 1 4 5, right? So this is not 4. Feels like I know slightly more than I think I know. That was a very strange statement, I realize. This digit must be... These digits must be far apart. This must be a 9. It must be a 4. It must be an 8. It must be a 4. This digit must not be between these two digits. If this was a 2, that would be a 3, and it would be between. So that's a 3, that's a 2, which puts it outside the range. 3, 2, 9, 8, 4, 8. Oops. 8. That's 9, 4, 2, 3, 2, 8. 3, 9. Very satisfying. I like it. I like symmetry. I'm a very symmetrically minded person. Okay, we've crossed the 40-minute boundary, but I'm gonna let that slide because I enjoy this rule set. It's very interesting. I normally am. I don't like Dutch whispers just because I don't like, I like the more rigid constraint of German whispers, but I'm finding it interesting in this puzzle with the interplay of the range, like the associated range constraint makes it more interesting. Otherwise, I feel like Dutch whispers are just a little too, like, I don't know, loosey-goosey for me. Okay, probably have to do a little Sudoku, whether we like it or not. And I don't like it. Oops. These digits must not be between. These digits must not be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's really interesting when they're close, like how I mean, when the line is really short. Uh-oh, does that mean I made a mistake? These tomatoes mean that I made a terrible mistake. Uh-oh, did I do something wrong? Uh-oh, tomato attack. Now I'm horribly self-conscious. Do tomatoes in the face mean I made a mistake? I felt good about... The 9 was just Sudoku. Oh. Those were not kisses. Those were tomatoes. Okay. Does that mean I didn't make a mistake? No mistakes. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell. When you suddenly get a face full of tomatoes, it's hard to know if you've compromised the puzzle, you know? I'm very wary. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but not 1, 2, 3. It's fine. You're welcome to click. You're Have I played through Subnautica? I played all of Subnautica in VR and I loved it. Subnautica in VR is the best VR game I've ever played. Still. Even after all these years of VR development and VR games, whatever, Subnautica is still my favorite VR game. I was so disappointed that the sequel did not have native VR support. I think it's been modded in, so I need to go back and get it now. But, you got seasick with the VR? I feel like it's very stable, just because you're... Well, the land, when you're out of water, it's not great. When you're in water, I love it. Okay, sorry. Getting distracted, as usual. What's going on? These digits are not between... This digit is not 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Just to visualize that. This digit is not 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. It's also not a 2, because there's a 2 right there. And it's also not a 9, because there's a 9 right there. So to be outside of this range, it can only be 1 or 8. I love it. I didn't even know you had a headset. Life is yours. What headset do you have? I'm surrounded by headsets because I'm working on a job currently for this device, really for the Quest 3, but I didn't get one of those at first. But Oculus Link sucks so bad that I dug out my original Rift that I have, like, it's been in a box for 4 years or whatever, just so I can iterate more quickly in Unity. I think I actually did get a semi-stable development environment, so I haven't been using the Rift as much, but man, Oculus Link, not great. Link is bad for Unity development where you're just trying to quickly iterate, like take the headset off, do a little work, put it on, take the headset off, do a little work, put it on. It very consistently crashes, in some ways like fully bringing down, I guess, like the Oculus runtime on the desktop or whether, and until you go manually kill some tasks or restart your computer. Like maybe it's okay for just general usage. I hate it. I hate the premise of like I wish you could just boot the headset as a peripheral, right? Just boot it in such a way that it just shows up a peripheral, not this like operating system on top of an operating system thing. I think is really lame. Old Macs used to do that. Like you used to be able to just hold a certain button on an old Mac laptop and it would show up as a hard drive, like a FireWire hard drive, which was cool. You could do that with displays, like basically where you could turn a standalone device into a peripheral. That's what I wish the Quest did. It does not. It does not do that. To be 100% standalone is fine until you're trying to build for it. You know, when you're trying to write software for it and you need to be testing without having to build every 10 seconds. Because building sucks. It takes forever. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I can feel the impatience mounting. What am I doing here? These are some far apart digits. What am I missing here? This is a 7. So this must be a 1, right? 7, this must be a 1. And what else? I think we're getting close on our lockout lines. Could this be a 4? I don't think so. This was a 1 plus 4 is 5. I think that's a 5, and that's a 1, and that's a 4, and that's a 5, and that's a 1. And suddenly unravel our beautiful chain of 5s. This is very satisfying. See, this is what I want. I want to be solving. I want clues unraveling things, like constraint clues, not Sudoku clues. I don't have time for Sudoku. Oh, it's so satisfying. Look at it just traverse around this beautifully symmetrical grid. Love it. Love it. What else are we missing here? So I think we've got to break our symmetry, right? It's got to be in this land. We need a 1 and 8. Let's just do it. What are we missing? 1, 8, 4, 6. Is that really what we're missing? 4 digits, 1, 8, 4, 6. Well, that was just the 1 the whole time, huh? 4. 8 has to be 4 away. 6 is all by its lonesome. 7, 8. No, I love it. Your job, life is yours. It's your purpose in the... I mean, it's not your only purpose on Earth, but it's an important function you serve on these streams, is to distract me. Did I do it? Are we good? 49. Not bad. Okay, Scojo, that was great. Thank you for sharing that. I really liked it. I love the symmetry, and I love how much of the puzzle I was able to do without Sudoku. That is the sign of a good puzzle. Told you I didn't know you were still around. Thanks for hanging around. That was a good one. I'm excited to go catch up on some more of your recent puzzles, although sometimes I find your puzzles a little daunting, but I must admit. That was a great one. Really enjoyed it. So let's, I gotta go say it was very nice. Very nice. Simple solution code is my social security number. Difficulty was, I'm gonna say it was average. And I'm gonna say it was very nice. No, it was great. That was really cool. I think it was not only a decent introduction to the rule set, I think it was just like very smooth sailing. I was worried it was going to be because I still don't know that I necessarily fully wrapped my mind around the, like, you know, there's a certain point at which like German whispers just become intuitive, where it's just like, oh, I just see green and I know what's going on. I think I would have to do more of these puzzles to wait. How close is row 9 to my social security number? Let's see. Oh, I hesitate to say. Although it's actually very close to the fake number you said, right? The fake number you said 420, 69, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? So there was some overlap between my imaginary social security number and the actual row 9. Okay, I hesitate to tell you how much overlap there is with my real social security number, because I feel like that would potentially dramatically narrow it down. It would dramatically narrow it down. Maybe even down to a very small number of digits. Maybe this is my social security number. It's possible. I wonder if it is possible, actually. I don't know really the rules. You know, it seems, my impression, like from other family members and stuff, is that this is a very, I don't know if this is regional or what, but this is very consistent in my family. Yeah, it's just one digit off. Okay, I enjoyed that. I think I am going to stop streaming. I really want to try to start streaming regularly again. I have so many projects to work on. We've got to finish. I want to show off my cool tool wall that I made. I'm so excited about it. In fact, I kind of do actually just want to try one thing. Now that I said that I'm good. I don't remember how to do this. Do you have to have the right, the 4K capture utility, the Elgato utility? Elgato 4K capture. Oh, I have. What do you know? I bought this fancy arm because I want to make videos for Binary and Life is Yours of me disassembling things. So I've got some new industrial packs ready to go. How do you do this though? Capture devices, no signal. I don't know how to work this. How does it work? Make sure I'm on the same network. Well, that's questionable. That would appear to be the same network. Enable Streamlink. It says beta. I'm gonna do it. Maybe it'll crash the screen. Stream. How do I do it? Okay. You gotta pay money for this? Screen only. Whoa, is it working? Wow. I'm just gonna put this here for a second. Oh wait, oh no. I just showed a to-do list about a job that I'm working on. I hope I did not. Okay, there's no NDA'd information on this to-do list. That would be so bad. But it appears that this to-do list, it says less orange particle, no glow on graphic, retime out, avatar hands, attract mode too high, and camera main. So if you're able to, didn't like that. Can I stop this and start it again? Yeah, I'm working on Portal 3. You got me. Wait, did I say Portal? It's a secret. Don't, I think I broke it. How do I unbreak this? Shoot. I think the thing I'm working on is going to get announced in a couple weeks. How do I, That was scary. Don't look at my nose. I thought that was going to rotate the camera, not like look up my nose. Sorry about that. How do I rotate this? I am still here. So that first puzzle went great. It was a really good Blobz puzzle. And then I did a really good Scojo puzzle. And now I'm trying this Streamlink thing, but I don't know how to rotate the camera. How do you... How do you do it? Isn't this, what is this called? Screen link? Screen? How do you do this? Doesn't this seem like a thing that should just work? It's like the orientation is the opposite of what I want it to be. It's kind of impressive. Like I'm holding my phone vertically, but it's showing it in portrait mode. But if I turn it the way that I would want it to actually be, it's backwards. So everything is going great. All right, orientation lock turned on my phone, and then I turned my phone sideways. Now it's upside down. This seems completely counterintuitive. This is, my phone is locked in orientation lock, so it won't turn to portrait. But when I turn this camera, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it just says this one. Anyway, I just want to show my cool tool wall that I built. I'm very proud of. You probably can't hear me. Sorry. See, I need to get some wireless mic. Now I can do cool, oh no, I've unplugged my, oh no. Don't mind me, it's okay. A little crooked, a little crooked. Also extremely delayed. It's very impressive how delayed it is. Why is the delay so bad? Okay, this is great. Now we can just talk about tools all day. I installed this new light up here. Wow. We talk about this screwdriver I inherited. The family heirloom. Screwball. We can take things apart. It's gonna be great. In fact, it's very delayed. I'm kind of shocked with how delayed it is. I don't know why. Maybe if I don't stream at 1080-60 or something. Did I change anything at all? Where's my hand? Oh my gosh. Do you think it would be any better if I added it as a source? Very slow. Why is the delay so bad? Screen link latency. iOS has an inherent delay. I could try. Oh my gosh, don't. I don't know what everybody just saw. Stop looking at my office. Who knows what you just saw? You probably just saw my leg in these shorts. It's a good thing I have pants on. This is dangerous. We gotta stop this. This is. I can't believe you just saw my knees. Disgusting. Okay, now I'm on a tangent. I meant to stop this video 20 minutes ago. Sorry. What are the chances that the battery on this device is not dead? Minimal, because the battery on this device is always dead. How bright that light is. Oh, Dolce, thank you for the follow. I'm going to be right back, and then we're going to try this with the device, and we're going to... I really should stop, but it's too late now. I just want to look at one thing. It'll be cool. Bye. Sorry, choking on my water a little bit. Light's too bright. Okay, so we gotta wait for this phone to do phone stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be any better. I don't know why it would be that slow. I feel like I had some NDI app that wasn't that slow. Do I still have that stuff installed, actually? I had some, excuse me, NDI plugin. Is there a good NDI phone app? They all cost money. $20. $20 US. It is directly from NewTek, so you would think it would work. What do you think the difference between Capture Cast camera and NDI HX camera is? What is the difference between these two apps? HX. What does that mean? Also, why is this not charging? I didn't plug it out of the way. What a disaster. Why is one of these free and one of them not? Oh gosh, okay. This phone just turned on. I was curious if this Android device will be any different. I'm definitely sweating. Probably gross, sorry. Don't look at my sweat. Wait, is there not an iOS, or sorry, an Android version of this? Does not exist. It's like, no. Seems not real. Hard to tell. Okay, maybe I can't. Maybe there's not an Android version. Never mind. So maybe I'll try the NDI thing at another time. Why would you do this? Why would you pop up my email address for no reason? Why? Why? One, I never ever want to do that. But also, why would you just show my email address like that? I hate you. Computers are bad. Everybody, stay away from them. Okay, I'm very sweaty. It's hot and gross here. Sorry, I'm gonna stop streaming. I'm gonna turn off this light. Don't look at my legs. Don't do that. Just have on, I don't know, feel naked basically. I have on gray gym shorts. Oh my god, I'm on every single mailing list. I already feel like I already am on everything mailing list. Why does it do that? Why? One, I would never want that. Like never in a million years. And two, leave me alone. Like, you're already annoying me. Why do you have to annoy me and dox me at the same time? Can't you just annoy me without doxing me as well? Look at this wallpaper. This is really pretty. How do they do this? There's just a lot of circles. Just so you could go to Shader Toy and try to understand it. Oof, love it. Oh, it's very mesmerizing. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I gotta stop looking at this. Okay, anyway, everybody, Scojo, Owen, Dolce, Grimbone, Kages, Life is Yours. Probably something I'm forgetting, and I'm sorry. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It was nice to have a warm return. I'm so sweaty now. It's 700 degrees in this office. I apologize. I really want to try to get back into a cadence of streaming. What I would like to try to plan to do, this is not a promise, but is once a week stream some Sudoku at least, and once a week stream working on a thing. Like this thing. I've got this new beautiful giant button. It says fault reset on it. Look at that. And I think it was Binary who suggested that anytime I touch it, it should, it's kind of semi-taken apart right now. That anytime you touch it, it should say that it's not your fault, which I think that's a device that I would really like to have in my home. Just a device to say it's not your fault. So, okay. Thanks, everybody. I will see you next time. I missed you. I missed everybody. See ya. Bye.